and about 200 and something people in the Senate. Not to talk about their aides and all that. And yet the National Assembly contains them. We cannot say everybody shouldn't come. Everybody must have something to say. And once you have put that in, then you cannot form agenda. We probably will not move from after the ethnic people have come together and they have spoken. There is no. We have the United Nations. Look at, so for instance, this thing is going to create more problems again. Now you are going to have to choose a chairman. Who is going to be the chairman? The chairman must come from one ethnic group. Now they are recommending two or three deputy chairmen, or 6 deputy chairmen, something like that from different people. We are just wasting our time. We are members of the United Nations. We are members of the Commonwealth. We need help. Nigeria needs help. So I don't see why the Secretary General of the United Nations cannot chair a conference to ensure the stability of Nigeria. If we put our facts forward, these are the things I'm saying. We need the ethnic people to sit down. Once they have agreed, at least I know that as of today, there is no ethnic nationality that will say they don't want to be part of Nigeria. But the terms and conditions, when they have worked it out, will not probably move to the religious. Because religion is the second thing tearing Nigeria apart. And then from there, we can build a consensus.
Okay,
That's the way I'm
before we jump the gun, we're going to, when he gave the US example, you're going to respond, you're going to interject.
Well, I was going to ask him, for instance, that what he has said that he thinks it should be done on an ethnic and religious basis. What I wanted to ask him was that what kind of mechanism does he think that will be superior to this? Having said that, because at the end of the day, if you were to use his own format, you will find out that the essence of having the conference is actually to, I think, yes, to accept the ethnicities, but to play down ethnicity as to nationality. You said something the other day that the other time that when people see themselves, they probably don't see themselves as Nigerians, they see themselves as coming from ethnic groups. Now, in terms of getting equality back into place, so to speak, you might want to de-emphasize ethnicity and get everybody, well represented. Ethnicities will be represented when you go all around, because I believe that all these constituencies are all over the country, so all the ethnicities will be there. But the essence of the conference is not per se to discuss ethnicity as over nationality. So I think the essence of having nationality would need for there to be a much more superior way, or rather a more advanced way of delineating, getting candidates than using just sheer ethnicity.
I think I'm not talking about sheer ethnicity. I think you should get me clear.
Okay.
What I am saying is, if you want to, for instance, you want to build a house, you have to assemble the materials.
Yes.
You have to assemble the bricklayers and all those. There must be somebody to look after it. If you are employing an independent contractor, is independent. What I'm saying is that to assemble a Nigeria that you want, that can work, the different ethnic nationalities that are each other's throat today must agree that this and this is part of what I want. And they cannot be done by choosing people. They cannot be done by selecting delegates. They can be done. Let the nationalities themselves agree on who they are bringing to the table, having agreed. Naturally, from what I know, from my own part of the country, for instance, I'm a Nigerian, very proud Nigerian. But I'm also telling you that I'm from Benin. And I'm not going to lie, there's nothing you can do. If you drag me from here till next 2 years, or drag my throat everywhere, I will remain a Benin man. And first and foremost, I will respect my Oba and all that kind of thing. So I believe that if the Oba of Benin summons a meeting of all the Benin people and asks for memorandum from them about how we should live in this country, Benin will produce a document. And that's what they are taking to the conference. If you are sending 2 people, fine. But the Benin already has an agenda. The same thing with the John nation. The same thing with the Fulani nation. The same thing with the so many ethnic nationalities. Once we have done that, then things and everybody goes there. Once those ethnic nationalities agree, and even agree to some terms, it becomes easier to now face the second problem, which is religion. Then from there to good governance, from there to corruption, then we have a full-blown constitution, which will be done by a referendum, not by National Assembly, because nobody in his right senses will believe in National Assembly doing any serious thing to about Nigeria's
gentlemen, we might just need to take a quick break. But talking about National Assembly, we have a tweet here from Olayiwaju Smart. He says, no one would expect the National Assembly to be involved in the process. And he said, I doubt the logic behind that configuration. Ademi Abiodun says, this confab is a deceit, is deceit because they don't want, they will never allow anything that will change the status quo. Ice Ekanem says, the national dialogue is essential and in line with the desire of Nigerians. But how sincere is the government? There was a question you asked before, just before you asked, who chairs the conference? They recommended a chairman and different vice chairmen. So how do we, what about the national character principle? Well, we'll take a break and we'll back to continue with our conversation. Please don't go away. Welcome back. We're discussing the report of the Presidential Advisory Committee on the National Dialogue. Does it represent the people's desires? I have Mr. Tunde Arogumati, Social Business Enterprise Consultant, and Hannibal Uwaifo, a legal practitioner. We've been discussing so far, and some of the points they've raised. Hannibal has given some examples about the US and Canada and how they came together and brought up their desire, the different ethnic groups comprising these countries. But he also asked the question, who chairs the conference? What about the national character principle? Because that's what it looks like the recommendation of the committee is pushing forth. Do you agree with that?
Well, from his point of view, one thing I also like to correct about what Hannibal said was that the delegates will be selected. The majority of the delegates from the recommendations will be by adult suffrage. That is, they will be elected by the people themselves. It's in the report, so it is not true that they will be selected by government. The majority of the people will be selected by their people at the various levels. The essence of, you see, because we like to throw away everything we design things and we throw them away. We already have a format that has worked, right? In terms of kind of like spatial arrangements in picking people. Each time we do things, we have to go back. I do appreciate what some of the emails have said on the Facebook. For instance, there has been this allusion to government day. The National Conference is not about the government, it's not about this, but you and I. It's not about what President Jonathan wants, per se. It's about what we want. We're going to go there to discuss, like he has said, what we want. So this mentality of they will stop, they have come with another paper, they have done this, they have done that. The responsibility of the citizen has been lax, has been slack all this time. And it's about time each and every one of us takes the responsibility of being part of our future. Because at the end of the day, when you come back to say, oh, the government has done this, the government has done that, okay, so these recommendations have come out now. They are recommendations, right? They don't have to be followed to the letter. If, for instance, you have a superior argument, put it forward. I'm not saying that, and to be fair to the committee, if you go through all the recommendations, there are options. There are always options. They will tell you this is the way they have seen it, the trend is this, but this is what we think. And if we, you see, and I think the way we should partake in this conference is to buy into it, to take ownership of it, and stop looking at, because each time we keep on saying, okay, who's going to be, somebody has to be the chairman. Somebody has to run this thing. So, and if you have to go and bring somebody else from elsewhere, they do that elsewhere. You're accepting the fact that you have an inferiority complex, or they're inferior to them, or you cannot organize yourself. It's about, and that is why I said the ethnicity once in a while, especially in operational settings, have to be stepped back more for strategic considerations. So the essence of saying bringing sentiments and semantics, or as far this is bad, this is another government gimmick, this is another thing. What do you want? What I am part of this situation because I want to see my country get better. I want to be part of it. I want to contribute what I have, the resources I have, and I think everybody else should do that. And so the essence of saying President Jonathan is this, that is his business. My business is what do I want out of it? Your business, what do you want out of it? What the 170 million Nigerians' business is what do they want out of it? And they have to get what they want out of it and stop messing around with past problems. And if they want to get past the situation we're in now, we have to get on the table and do something. You understand? Beyond the talk, beyond the cynicism, beyond the negativity, we have to sit down and do something. I have to start somewhere. And I do believe, and I do reiterate again, that this is a starting point. It is not, and in every other country, the matter of conference, matter of national planning and development is a continuous thing. Even America that has had so many decades or centuries, they are still in their houses of assembly and whatever, and from all kinds of fora, trying to develop on what they have. So it's not as if once we have this conference, it's going to be a perfect thing. It's more about progress than perfection. It's just a foundation. So let's stop messing around and going around because at any given time, no matter who does this, there will always be somebody who says, oh, this should not be done. So what I think we should do is to look at the good points and beef up on it, and what we think can be changed, you understand? Let us change it.
You know,
or add value to it.
Before Hannibal comes in, fuel cell tech at Hasiwaju says the nation is full of deceit and the so-called confab is another drain pipe which is bound to fail. He sees it as another drain pipe. Now Hannibal said something about political influences. Do you think they would affect the moving forward?
Yeah, well,
the participation of everybody.
Let me say once again that I commend this president, His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, for thinking this out. Like he said, I think this is not about Jonathan anymore.
That's cool.
This is about Nigeria, and he has given us the opportunity. You can imagine the kind of problems the president will be facing. Oh, National Assembly say go and do it. Let's see what will happen and all that. I also agree with him. Let's face it now. Let's not play tricks. But you see, it's time for us to open. You cannot be building foundation every five years. If you were building a house and every 5 years you are building foundation, when will you finish the house? Nigeria just did 100 years. I mean, we're just doing 100 years, judging by the 1914 amalgamation. So we are planning the centenary, isn't it? Yes. So it's time for us to be realistic. This country has never been more divided than we have now. Let's not begin to the patching of things is what has led us to all this mess. Where some people can say the president has no right to contest a second term. Is this the things we are hiding? We will come out open and say the truth. Let everybody come to the table with your ethnic nationality and say what you want to get from Nigeria and what you want to give to Nigeria. If the Niger Delta says we want 70% of our revenue, the negotiation goes on. At the end of the day, they might leave the conference with 50%. You understand what I'm saying? People will come from Kano and say, look, this is what we want. We finish that one, we go to the religious part. Get religious leaders, we know them from our own background too. They sit down too, and they have flesh and blood to what the ethnic people.
Hold on. Let me just bring the Ekewa 1 says that we've been claiming federalism, but we've been promoting ethnicity. Yeah. Change is now. Yeah. So he's saying that what you're saying, the basis you're thinking we should move forward on, yes, is what we've been doing since.
No, that's not what we've been doing. Let me tell you. You see, you do not put something or nothing and expect it to stand. The people who constitute Nigeria never came together to say we want to have this. That's the difference between federalism, and I think that's what he's saying. What we are saying now is that let them come together now and agree on the way to move. Number one, for me as a person, I do not believe, for instance, in presidential system of government. I believe more in parliamentary system because that's easy to work out and it's even less expensive. So these are things we should all come together to say. You are not the president you say will be practicing ethnicity. Why will you not practice ethnicity when you are not practicing true federalism? You can't practice two at the same time. Today, what are we doing? You have a federal police that does what he likes. The states have no option. Where governors are meeting, a DPO can go and tell them to stop. It doesn't just add up. And these things are hitting up the polity. What I'm saying is that let the president of this country has afforded us an opportunity. All political gladiators, all ethnic gladiators, for the first time, let us give everybody an opportunity to come. Not to go and select people and say this one represents NBA. Let me tell you, I'm from the Nigerian Bar Association. From what I know, and I do respect all our colleagues and all that, but the NBA is one of the most divided houses today. Why? Some people say there must be no senior advocate. Others are saying, there must be a universal adult suffrage. That is one lawyer, one vote, not delegate. There are too many other issues. You want to send somebody now from the NBA to go and represent who? The only way to solve the problem is to get the people that want to federate to talk and agree on how to relate. That's what I'm saying.
No, but the truth is that what Hannibal is saying is not really at variance with what's in the document, because the document actually, that's why I said I'm not sure most people have actually gone through from the beginning to the end. See, some of us, we are used to the summaries we see in the newspapers. We're used to some people coming out and talking about it. I have gone through this document. Practically everything you have said has been made, there's been provision made for it in the document.
No, I don't think that is correct, because recently...
Let's read this out. Let's read this out.
Okay.
So, the size and structure of the National Conference should be in accordance with the 360 constituencies of the House of Representatives, although government may consider the option of using the constituencies of the Senate. But each senatorial district shall send 4 elected delegates to the conference.
What does that mean?
Every state government shall nominate 1 delegate, with the president, through the Minister of the FCT, nominating 1 for the FCT. In the event that any state fails to nominate a delegate, the president shall nominate a delegate for the said state. The National Conference shall also have a chairperson and a deputy chairperson who should be persons of high unimpeachable integrity. So, how does that tie with what he said about ethnic groups coming together?
Well, like I said, the ethnic groups could be.
But you appear to agree with Ekera when he said that we've been promoting ethnicity all this while. It's time we make a change.
Exactly, because you see, at the end of the day, if it all boils down to, look, don't get me wrong, all the ethnic interests have to be taken into consideration, and it was actually also in that I said this is just a summary. Sorry, can I finish? Can I finish? One minute. You see, it has been acknowledged in here that ethnicity is. I mean, a lot of the groups wanted ethnicity to be the major rallying point. But at the end of the day, when you look at the pragmatism, the practicality of doing things, they are already areas in which, and then also, like you rightly pointed out, ethnicity has also like federal character and things. Some of these things based on ethnicity and whatever have not really worked well for us. So the essence is for us to look at, you see, I do not want us to look at this report as something that is from the president. I want us to look at it critically. And when you look at something critically, yes, it's not all, nobody said it's perfect. But what is the way for progress out of this? That is what we should think of. And if you say, yes, it is ethnicity, how do you expect it to be done? Or what do you think should be done? That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying that what is here is the gospel truth, or this should be the Bible. No, but it's a starting point. And it is probably from discussions like this, with people listening, or maybe advisors, probably once in a while, the president or whatever, will take it. He hasn't taken a decision. These are just recommendations and advice. So I think the way to look at it is, look at those areas. What are the areas that are so, I know it's just like the case of a glass half full or half empty. When I want to look at filling up the glass or throwing the water away. So I think that is something we should...
Just hold your thoughts. We have to go on break, and we need to let these people at home also know that we are taking care of their notes.
Okay.
Razak Shita says, our problem can't be solved at the dialogue. What we have is a leadership problem. We talk too much. Olawaju Smart again says, remember that the APC reps have insisted they won't approve money for the national conference when it's brought before the House. Omar Charlie says, Nigeria's destiny lies in 2014. The national dialogue is a chance for us to build a people's constitution, because the constitution is our power. And we will take another break, and we will be back to continue with the conversation as the home stretch of the conversation. Please do not go.